much do you remember from the 2000s? I put together this fun quiz to test your memory of one of the greatest decades ever. Keep track of how many you get right and let me know your score at the end. Let's get started. What was the most popular virtual pet toy of the 2000s? The answer is the Tamagotchi. Which social media platform officially launched on February 4th, 2004? It was Facebook, originally called The Facebook. Which rapper interrupted Taylor Swift's acceptance speech at the 2009 MTV Video Music Awards? The correct answer is Kanye West. What fashion doll line became hugely popular in the 2000s as a major rival to Barbie? It was Bratz. Which Disney Channel movie launched Zac Efron and Vanessa Hudgens to stardom in 2006? It was High School Musical. Which social media platform originally limited posts to 140 characters when it launched in 2006? The answer is Twitter. Which pop star made headlines in 2007 after shaving her head? That was Britney Spears. What game is shown in this image? It's Dance Dance Revolution. Which reality competition show premiered in the US in 2000 and featured contestants being voted off a remote island? The answer is Survivor. Which brand used the slogan, "Bet you can't eat just one"? It was Lay's potato chips. Which social media website became famous for letting users rank their top 8 friends? It was MySpace. Which sitcom aired its series finale in May 2004 after running for 10 seasons? Sadly, that was Friends. What is this called? It's the first generation iPod. Which cell phone brand became famous in the 2000s for its physical keyboard phones? The answer is the BlackBerry. Which NASA space shuttle broke apart during re-entry in 2003? It was the Space Shuttle Columbia. What were these popular shoes called back in the 2000s? Heelys. Who served as US president for the majority of the 2000s decade? The answer was George W. Bush. Which former Iraqi dictator was executed in 2006 after being captured and put on trial? That was Saddam Hussein. Which Smash Mouth song was prominently featured in the opening scene of the original Shrek movie? It's All Star. Which TV series featured 4 main characters living in the town of Stars Hollow? The answer is the Gilmore Girls. Which film earned Heath Ledger a posthumous Oscar for Best Supporting Actor? The Dark Knight. Which ultra-thin flip phone became a major pop culture icon during the 2000s? It was the Motorola Razr V3. Which MTV reality show followed the lives of Snooki, The Situation, and other housemates at the Jersey Shore? That was Jersey Shore. What phone is shown here? It's the Nokia 3310. Did you have one? Which instant messaging program became known for nudges and custom status messages in the 2000s? The answer is MSN Messenger. Which 2009 movie, set on the world of Pandora, became the highest grossing film at the time? It was Avatar. Which major war began in 2003 following a US-led invasion in the Middle East? The Iraqi War. Who hosted the MTV series Pimp My Ride? It was rapper Exhibit. In what year was the first iPhone released? It was released in 2007. Which Sony video game console was released in 2000? The PlayStation 2. What movie is this scene from? This is a scene from the movie Mean Girls. Get Rich or Die Tryin' was the debut studio album of which rapper? The answer is 50 Cent. Which vampire-themed book and movie series became hugely popular with teens in the late 2000s? The answer is Twilight. Which popular file-sharing service faced lawsuits over music piracy in the early 2000s? The answer I am looking for is Napster. Which music video game series used a guitar-shaped controller when it debuted in 2005? It's Guitar Hero. Who played Spider-Man in the 2002 live-action movie? It was Tobey Maguire. Which spinning top toy became famous for battle arena competitions in the 2000s? That was the Beyblade. Which folding scooter brand became widely popular in the early 2000s? The Razor scooters. What were these things called? They were called Mighty Beans. Which teen drama series featured the characters Seth Cohen and Ryan Atwood? The answer is The OC. Which sitcom that debuted in 2007 followed a group of nerdy friends and their neighbor Penny? It was The Big Bang Theory. Which fast food restaurant chain used the slogan "Eat Fresh"? That was Subway. What was the title of the first video ever uploaded to YouTube? It was called Me at the Zoo. What natural disaster triggered the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami? It was a massive undersea earthquake. Which sitcom followed Ted Mosby as he told the story of how he met his children's mother? It's How I Met Your Mother. Which hurricane devastated New Orleans in 2005? That was Hurricane Katrina. What is this called? It's the Nintendo Wii video game console. Who was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 2009? That went to Barack Obama. Which Major League Soccer team did David Beckham join in 2007? He joined LA Galaxy. Which reality competition show became famous for placing contestants in a house monitored 24/7 by cameras? It was Big Brother. What were these boots commonly called? The answer I am looking for is Ugg boots. Which animated TV series featured the characters Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup? It was the Powerpuff Girls. Which country won the 2006 FIFA World Cup? The answer is Italy. What brand used the famous "Wuzz Up" commercials in the early 2000s? It was Budweiser. Which slang term became popular in the mid-2000s to describe a close friendship between men? Bromance. Which video game console was released by Microsoft in 2001? That was the Xbox. What music player did Microsoft release in 2006 to compete with the iPod? It was the Zune. What Disney Channel series starred Miley Cyrus as a teenager living a secret life as a pop star? The correct answer is Hannah Montana. Which singer released the hit song Crazy in Love in 2003? It was Beyoncé. What were the names of NASA's twin Mars rovers launched in 2003? They were called Spirit and Opportunity. Which mobile game became famous for players flinging birds at structures? Angry Birds. Which city hosted the 2004 Olympic Summer Games? It was Athens, Greece, who hosted it. What was the name of SpongeBob SquarePants' pet snail? His name was Gary. What was the name of Nintendo's dual-screen handheld console released in 2004? That was the Nintendo DS. Which reality TV show popularized the phrase "you're fired" in the 2000s? The answer is The Apprentice. Tell me how many questions you got right in the comments below, and click the thumbs up if you would go back and relive the early 2000s all over again if you could. Thanks for playing.